So this game made it to the anniversary, and well, happy anniversary to the Snowbreak team. It was a very interesting first year. It was a very rough year. But today we'll be taking a look at the new character, which I actually got fairly quickly. 20 or 33 pulls from the update. I kind of forgot how many free stuff we got. There's a lot of free stuff for the anniversary. But I have been enjoying this game a lot. It's one of the games that I have been playing off camera, but occasionally I do record when there is something interesting. And well, as I mentioned before, today we'll be taking a look at the new character, which is honestly, design-wise, very cultured. I mean, the developers are very cultured as well, and that's what basically saved the game a couple of months ago. But overall, jokes aside, probably the most fun character that I've played in this game to date. And you will see what I'm talking about. The artwork is, I mean, I have no words. The artwork is just amazing. Here you can take a look at her stats that I have. She's doing kinetic damage, which is nice, as expected. She does use some new weapons, dual submachine guns, which I actually find very fun to use, and her skills are also really fun to use. Her ultimate might be... I would say her ultimate is not really the main thing. I do enjoy the active skill a little bit more, but overall the ultimate is okay. I'll be using a mix between purple and orange weapon and gear here. I have the orange logistics, but I have the purple submachine guns, but you can use both of these builds. I mean, getting the orange logistics is, I would say, fairly easy, so I definitely recommend that you go with the orange logistics. Should be, as I mentioned before, much easier to... I mean, it's easy to obtain all of the logistics, but you can get all of the equipment very easily from the event, so obtaining the logistics is not a problem. And of course the logistics will be leveled up. The talents are not maxed out. That's one thing you have to work on, but overall I will get all the necessary skills. So here you can take a look at the submachine guns. Technically they look like pistols, but they are actually submachine guns with very high rate of fire. And the logistics, you can take a look at them here. Yeah, I know the talent needs to be changed. It will be done. I'm lacking the necessary materials to do that. And yeah, the revision application, kind of missing those, but should still be decent. Manifestation level, it's still on the base level. As for the neuronics, I have most of them maxed out. 2 of them are missing, and as of me recording this, I actually have maxed everything out. But yeah, definitely good to max out all the neuronics. Later on will be quite beneficial. I usually max everything out before I use the character, so that I get the maximum possible performance, but since I'm recording this a little bit early, this will have to. Then you can also take a look at the generic buff on the right side. Skill description has been really good, and the overall character performance, as I mentioned, as you will see, actually, to be more accurate in my case, is really good. And I also wanted to dive into some of the things that happen with the game, which I actually find kind of worrying in a lot of different ways. The skills, well, as I mentioned before, her active skill is what I actually like the most. You can charge the active skill, and her evasion basically does a attack, which I find really satisfying. She does a lot of damage, by the way. definitely a very high DPS character, up there with Katya, up there with some of the other DPS characters. Now, this game does follow Great Haven when it comes to characters, so you don't really have to get a new character, but in this case, I definitely recommend, if you want good performance, if you want a character with a lot of DPS, yeah, she will definitely deliver that. She also does kinetic damage, and if you need a kinetic damage character, well, she is going to easily do everything required, and everything will just work fine. I'm actually thinking if I should go and, I mean, we can easily just level up those neuronics, not the neuronics, but the rank. We can easily level that up, since once you get a character, you are free to farm every single shard for, well, until the whole character is maxed out, and I really do like that about this game. So let's do some cooperation. That's going to get me demonetized, so let me just, yeah, that will have to be blocked for a second. Her idle animation though, the developers know exactly what they're doing with this game. Oh man, this game was a ride. It's been a very good anniversary so far. I've been enjoying it a lot. But the way the game changed in the last year was amazing. They came back from the dead basically, and that's a very good thing that they did, because this game is still fun to play. Still fun to play, and honestly would be a shame if Snowbreak went down. Well, her ultimate is definitely the first 2 seconds are definitely quite interesting. I'm thinking if I should make a slow down, slow motion of the first 2 seconds of the ultimate, just to experience those physics in more detail. But overall, co-op performance is going to be really good actually. Does seem to fulfill both DPS and support roles, although obviously more of a DPS role in this case. The overall aim and accuracy is actually really good. Now submachine guns have shorter range. You can't really snipe with them. Short to medium distance is what I would roll with this character when I'm playing around. The evasion, as you could see, does do next attack. I love that. That's my favorite aspect on this character. Basically, evading and aiming and shooting all the time. It's so smooth, especially with that special skill, which also does recharge the bar, and you can evade the second the bar is recharged. So that alone is what I really enjoy with the game. Now I'm playing on PC. I don't really know how this would work on a mobile device. I used to play the game on mobile, but now I play on PC since better graphics, no more suffering with lag and stuff like that. And I just enjoyed the game on PC a lot more than I enjoyed on a mobile device. But I will be downloading the game on my phone, since I want to see how it will run, how it will work. To be fair, since the game is actually quite heavy to run. I don't know why no one is testing this game out when they're doing those reviews of performance or whatever, since this game actually is quite heavy to run, and it's decently optimized, since it basically is using the same assets that you have on the PC version of the game, which most games actually don't do nowadays. This game is different. The game on phone looks the same as the game on the big screen. Well, I mean, the only difference is the resolution, I think. the resolution is a little bit downscaled on the mobile device, which is, I guess, fine. But in my eyes, I don't need downscaled resolution. I have enough GPU for 4K easily. So that's one thing I don't like about some of the games. They should just let us choose the resolution that we want to run the game in. They should not cap it by default. But actually, I might do something about that. I have some ideas. And also to say something about the developer team, they have honestly been listening to the players, 100% commitment to make the players happy. That deserves respect. Not all game developers do that. And this is one of the early bugs that I've noticed. Sometimes the character would glitch out. This is fixed, by the way. This is no longer the case. Again, this was recorded literally after the update, so some bugs have been present, but the bugs have been fixed, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, the developers have really been listening to player feedback. They have been listening a lot to player feedback, and they are fully committed to make the player happy, which honestly deserves respect. And that's why one of the reasons why I support the game, because developers like that are a rarity nowadays. I think I'll actually come into a different thing in a different video, since I don't really want to talk about that now, since it's not really the moment. But this game is under attack, by the way. This game is under attack, and some other game companies are actually trying to sabotage Snowbreak, since they're doing so well. And that's sad, but again, I'll talk about that in a different video, since it's not really the right moment for it. But let's do some boss battles. Now, if there's one thing that I've found this character to be good at, it's boss battles. For some reason, I'm now blazing through boss battles without much of an effort. I think it's because her gameplay style is just so, I guess, suitable for me. Again, the developers took a lot of inspiration from Grey Raven, and this character does kind of play like a Grey Raven character in some certain ways. I would say the level of smoothness of the attacks is what's definitely doing the thing for me. Evading and shooting at the same time is a huge bonus. It is practically my favorite thing, actually. Evading and shooting at the same time with the evasion. It's honestly such a, if you get used to it, it is. I mean, I guess the only way to describe it properly would be really fun. It is definitely really fun. Now there is still the other character that is going to be free. Not really sure when she will be added. I think in like 3 days she should be added. Usually when they release two characters, one is free and the other one is from the banner. Or in this case, on the anniversary, I got the character for free, so I get two characters for free. I say for free because I got a character from the free 10 pulls or 20 pulls that we got from the, well, for the anniversary reward. And I can tell you right away there's going to be a lot more. I mean, they have been bombarding us with premium stuff, with premium currency stuff, and I mean, I'm kind of speechless, honestly. The most generous developers at the moment, they surpassed Kuro Games, by the way, when it comes to generosity. Definitely they surpassed them. And I thought that was impossible. Well, I was proven wrong once again. Now, my DPS here, I'm doing a mistake here. I'm actually fighting a little bit outside of the range, which I noticed way too late, since I said on the early start of the video that these submachine guns that right now I'm using, they have a short, medium range. Medium range might be like stretching it, but the short medium range, I guess, would be the more accurate term here. That's about the distance where, it should be used. At a longer distance, your damage drastically drops off, and in turns, the battle duration will be extended and the score will be less. So when doing boss battles, definitely get a little bit closer to be in the short medium distance range from the boss, but at the same time, I'm still able to just be very accurate. For a submachine gun, definitely very accurate. I have to say, this is probably the best Lyfe version in the game at the moment. They definitely nailed the gunplay in this case. Very happy that we see some new weapon types, and down the road I'm fairly sure we will see other new weapon types like grenade launchers, machine guns, stuff like that. Maybe even a siege cannon. That would be actually great. Hand cannons, that also would be pretty interesting. But overall, very glad to see some new types of weapons being added, and definitely on the gameplay side, yeah, there's a huge improvement. Definitely a huge improvement when it comes to the gameplay. Now you noticed that I didn't use her ultimate that often. Her ultimate, I feel like her ultimate isn't doing as much damage as the normal gunplay does. Maybe I'm just using the ultimate wrong. I tried clicking on it after the attack is initiated, but it doesn't seem to do anything but stop the ultimate. So overall, I would say the ultimate might get reworked down the road. It kind of feels underwhelming, although I could be wrong, but honestly, the ordinary gunplay does make up for the ultimate being a little bit on the lower end. But nonetheless, that was a fun little boss battle. Let's do another one. So when it comes to boss battles, as we have already seen, she is really doing a good amount of damage, actually. A really good amount of damage. So I'm not going to be complaining about that, and let's go fight a second boss. Honestly, when it comes to accuracy, it's one of the things that I wanted to talk about. The accuracy is actually really good. When we compare when we compare this weapon with the previous submachine gun weapon that we see on her other variant, on the other versions of Lyfe, I feel like this weapon is definitely the most accurate. Honestly, most accurate so far. And I also love how the evasion attack is... It cannot miss. It is pretty much locked on the enemy, and evasion is guaranteed hit. Which with some other special skills and attacks isn't really the case. Some of the other characters are able to miss with the special skill, with the character skill. But over here on the anniversary character, that's obviously not the case. Now, players have kind of voiced concern that this character got larger, and I think you guys know what I'm talking about when I say that she got large. She got buffed. Okay, she got buffed through the roof. Or maybe it's just the suit's design. I mean, that also exists, right? But I don't know what to say about that, really. I kind of liked the original design. I mean, there's a skin that I bought that shows exactly how it should be, but in the new version, in the new character, she got massive buffs, and Oh man, the developers are cultured, very cultured. But that was another boss battle actually. It was actually really fast, and well, with that being said, that will be it for today. Definitely very fun to play character, worth getting for sure. Definitely worth getting, and well, do tell me what you think about the new character and about the anniversary in the comments down below. And with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. If you would like to support me, feel free to like and subscribe. And with that being said, stay safe. As always, I'll see you next time.